So I'm pointing out some details for you to remember, so try to pick up on them as much as possible. So one thing is, when we do our Tai Otoshi here, we're stepping to the top or the middle of her feet here, the top of the triangle, we kind of draw with her feet. And as I do that, I'm turning my body, stepping outside her foot on this side, okay? This hand and this arm are pulling her head forward. Does that make sense? What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a tripwire now by stepping across her legs. I want my calf on her shin. So when I step across, my knee is bent, not necessarily straight. Some people like straight, I like bent. Why? Because when I actually pull them through, I kind of almost straighten out my calf a little bit. It gives a little bit of pop and a whip to it, okay? If her head is way back here, right, I'm not going to get this. So when you turn, right, I need that head coming forward. Basically, by her head being forward, right, all I have to do is just keep her going, and she will fall, okay? We want to think of it like this. I'm pulling her around almost like in a circle, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, and now I just keep her going, and she's there. I'm going to hold on to this arm. From holding this arm up, it's very easy for us to go towards arm bars, knee on belly, or push this arm across and take back, okay? So let me do this one more time. And partner, please work with them. Work with them. Don't give them much resistance when you do this, because they have to work harder, the throw is going to be harder and all that. 1, 2, right here. Okay, I'm going to fall. So, now, second variation of this is the drop Tai Otoshi. I like to do drop Tai Otoshi when I have a hard time. This person's really blocking my hips, kind of like every time I try to step across, or my opponent's taller, they got longer legs. It's really hard for me to stay on the outside of these legs here and reach all the way across. Yeah, they end up coming out. But the problem that taller people have is that because I'm short, I can bring their head low. Make sense? So everything's going to be the same. And I'm going to do these more in steps, and they should really be combined into one. 1, 2. I drop to my knee, I stick that out, and I bring her here. Okay? Second progression of that. 1, I drop, pull her over. Next is everything kind of happens at the same time. I'm here. Okay? And that's my drop Tai Otoshi. Alright? Same thing when we do Tai Otoshi for real, right? I want that to happen more at the same time, right? I might try something like Sasai, come across, hit it here, and boom. Okay? Any questions so far? Yeah?
Where are your hips when you kind of, are you trying to get them on the inside and then throw them over, or are you kind of cool with like having half your hips in and half your hips out?
Here, right? I want to be kind of like on the outside of this hip. I want this leg right here. That's my triplet. You ready to break, Paul? Put this arm forward. You see this? Watch. Okay? If I'm too far across, my hips cross, that becomes a hip toss. Or I'm looking at something like a harai or a little bit more of like a uchimata type thing, right? If I'm too low on here, as I pull across, either she steps out and keeps her base, usually, or especially if I don't have her arm, if I'm doing this kind of like with an underhook and just kind of holding here, right, she could drop her hands around my waist and things like that, and she can look for like uranage and things like that, suplexes and whatnot. Okay, or reverse Tai Otoshi. Any questions otherwise? No? You may say again? One more time?
No, do you actually want to direction go the full or just the steps? Like the seamless one, or you actually pull it?
Yeah, all the way through? Okay.
The question is, do you want us to do that? Not
Yeah.
you can see it again.
You need to do it